Job's journey through pain, silence, and debate is one of the most profound narratives in the Bible. It's a story that delves deep into the human condition, exploring themes of suffering, faith, and divine justice. Job, a man of great faith and integrity, finds himself in the midst of unimaginable suffering. He loses his wealth, his children, and his health. His friends, instead of offering comfort, accuse him of wrongdoing, suggesting that his suffering must be a punishment for some hidden sin. Job, in his anguish, cries out to God, seeking answers and understanding. This journey reaches a climactic moment. A storm brews, and suddenly God's voice thunders through the heavens. Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? God's voice is powerful and awe-inspiring, cutting through the chaos and confusion. In this moment, Job is confronted with the reality of God's majesty and the limitations of human understanding. God doesn't answer Job's questions directly. Instead, he takes Job on a majestic tour of creation. "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation?" God asks, highlighting the vastness of his creation and the intricacies of his design. "Can you bring forth the constellations in their seasons?" Each question reveals the expanse of God's wisdom and power, reminding Job of the divine order and purpose that governs the universe. Through this divine discourse, Job begins to see his suffering in a new light. He realizes that there are mysteries beyond human comprehension and that God's ways are higher than our ways. God isn't dismissing Job's suffering. Instead, he's reminding Job of the grandeur of divine purpose and the limits of human understanding. Humbled, Job replies, "Surely I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know. And I'd heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eyes have seen you." This profound encounter transforms Job's perspective, deepening his faith and trust in God. But the story doesn't end there. God rebukes Job's friends for not speaking rightly about him. Job, once accused and tormented, is now vindicated by God himself, and more. God restores Job's fortunes twice as much as before. New children, restored health, and long life follow. Job's life is filled with blessings, once again, but these material blessings are not the ultimate reward. Yet the true blessing is not in the material restoration. It's in Job's deeper personal encounter with God. He now knows the Creator in a life-changing way. This intimate knowledge of God brings a peace and fulfillment that surpasses all earthly possessions. Job's story teaches us that true wisdom and understanding come from knowing God and trusting in his divine plan, even when we don't have all the answers. The story of Job is not just about suffering and restoration. It's about finding a profound relationship with the divine amidst